Hey YouTube, it's YouTube here. Today I am making a rotisserie roast in the air fryer with, as long as it fits, roasted asparagus. First things first, I want to take a pan. I am going to pretty much do everything in here so I don't have to dirty a bunch of stuff. This water is, well, it's lukewarm now because I sat around. But I'm going to make a jus because I'm going to, since I'm using a lean piece, I'm going to inject the meat and then I'm going to have a jus to, in case people don't want, they want to cook a little bit more, so I can just drop it in there and let it cook a little bit more. Plus, you can, excuse me, drop it on your food. So I'm just going to take a little bit of better than bouillon, and I'm going to start about that. And I am going to take a little bit of the better than bouillon mushroom one, which is actually pretty good. And I'm going to use just a little bit of that. There we go. Now I'm going to stir this up. What the heck is that? It's a seed. Just going to mix this up real good. This is the reason why I heated my water up in advance, to help this break down a little easier. Because I don't want to make it too salty because I want to use it afterwards. Because I'm going to cook it down a little bit afterwards. I am going to taste it. I'm cooking it, so I'm not going to contaminate everything. It looks like it's broken down. It's getting there. It's pretty good. Trying not to get water on my spoons because I want to put them back in here and I don't want to get extra. Whoops. Well, I guess I'll put about that much in there. There we go. And you have, you know, like jarred stock, that works, or the can, or the containers. Any way works. Bouillon cubes. The only thing you got to do is, depending on what you're using, is camera went dead. I didn't realize it. As right where I left off, you don't want to make sure it's not too salty. So I got this right where I want for flavor wise. Now I'm going to take one of these bags that you use for making stock and stuff. I'm going to take 2 whole cloves of garlic, a chunk of shallot, and I'm going to take, I have some dehydrated bell peppers, red and green, and I'm going to put some in here. Put a nice handful in there. And I'm going to take 1 bay leaf. And actually, you don't want, I'm going to put 1 and there we go. Almost 2, because they're kind of small. And I'm going to dump those in there too. Now I just tie it like so. There we go. Put it right in there. Make sure it gets nice and wet so it will absorb and it'll sink. So I'm going to take this and I am going to put it in the air fryer a little bit so I can get it nice and warm and let some of these flavors meld together. And then when it's ready, I'm going to take it out and let it cool down so I can inject the roast. Sorry, I have the hiccups now. I don't know why. So I'm not going to make you watch this. Like I said, I'm just going to put it in here for a couple minutes, get it a little bubbling, nice and warm, and then we're going to go from there. Alright, I'm back. I'm letting my jus cool down in there. Like I said, I want to inject this. It's very lean. It's a I-around, which is very lean. I like it, but like I said, it is lean. Now, since I'm going to rotisserie, I'm going to take, I think it's called spit. And I'm going to measure how much I want. Now, I want to say take this up because I want it all roughly the same thickness. Because I'm not going to waste this. This is going to be another meal. maybe 2 depending. Stuff's too expensive to fart around with. So I got my pan ready with a rack on it. And I got my towel so I can dry it off. And I don't know why I'm doing stuff here because I don't have any room. But I'm planning on my part. But this is the way stuff works in the real world. I don't have a sous chef or a cleaner. I'm not saying I would want one, but I don't have one. Oh, there we go. Whoa, I don't want to. Oh shoot! I gotta clean that now. Just flung a piece of meat top of my. Okay, I'm gonna take. There's a lot of blood in there, so I'm gonna dump this in my sink, so it doesn't get everywhere. I'm gonna carefully take this out. I'm gonna leave that there for just a couple minutes. There we go. Okay, this is, as you can tell, not trimmed. And I got blood all over my hands and my garbage can fell. So I'm gonna just trim this really good, and I'm gonna try to waste as little meat as possible. Alright. And I think I need to sharpen my knife too. So, yeah, I do. Should have used fillet knife, but I didn't think about it. Alright, I'm not gonna make you watch the whole thing. I'm gonna get this clean, and then I'll be back, and I'll get it, like I said, measured to the spit. Watch out for it. Alright, I'm back. I cleaned this up as good as I could with this knife. So what I'm gonna do, cut just the butt of this off like that. Like I said, I'm not going to waste this. This is going to be turned into something else. And I'm going to take this. I have a little room on both sides. So I figure. And about right there. I love this stuff. I know a lot of people don't because it's lean, but I like it. I like lean meat. Doesn't look like I do, but I do. I don't like fatty globs of meat. Alright, now I'm going to take my tray with my towel on it, and I'm going to wrap it up and let it dry for a couple minutes. This I'm going to probably put in a container so I don't waste a bag. And gotta make sure I'm careful because my dog's underneath me hoping I drop something, and I don't want her to have raw meat because since her and Naomi just split a steak. So I'm just gonna let that dry off a little bit. Because to be honest, I mean, this is Sophia. Come on, baby, you gotta move before I trip on you. I think this still has to cool down some. Yeah, it's still a little warm to do it yet. So with plenty of extra time. There we go. So I'm just gonna let this dry. I'm gonna let that cool down, and then I'll be back in a little bit. Show you how I'm gonna season that and get it on that steak. Alright, bye. Alright, I'm back. I've let this sit for a while. I put the jus in my partially working freezer to help cool down a little bit because I want it room temperature before I inject any of it in this. So I got this nice and dry. So I'm gonna, this does not have a sharp point, so I think I'm probably gonna have to put a hole in there myself. So I'm gonna set this up. Actually, I'm gonna move this so I don't put a hole in my towel. Try to keep it as straight as I can. Get it right dead in the middle. There we go. And then we'll hope this fits. There we go. Yep. There we go. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. Now a lot of people do wrap these. I don't think I'm going to. And I'm going, oh here. The locks so the meat doesn't move all over the place. Come on. Oh. What a pain in the tuchus. Oh, if I didn't know better, I think this thing's trying to annoy me. Jeez. There we go. Well, we'll take this out. Try to. Oh, shoot, that's part of it. There we go. Had it in wrong. There we go. Wow. There we go. There's a hole for it to rust in. There we go. Jeez. Everything's got to be a little harder than it actually should be. I'll try to put it right back in there. There we go. Just like that. There we go. Alright. Now I can take this. It comes with a base. Yeah, maybe I will tie it just to make sure it stays nice and. Telling that dog every time. She had a big old, well, she shared a big old steak with Naomi, but she's still in here. But that's why her nickname is Pork, because she will eat till she explodes. Naomi won't, Sophia will. See, I think this thing might be bent a little bit. Now that I look at it, that could be part of it. I've never used these things. Let's hope so. Yeah, they're bent a little bit. Not a lot, but just enough to make this a pain in the butt. Come on. I mean, literally. Just enough to annoy me. Okay. Oh, shoot. I dropped a knife on the floor. Forgot to pick it up when I was putting dishes in the dishwasher. It's not good. Like I said, this stupid thing is bent just enough. Yeah, you guys can sit around and laugh if you want to. Oh, there we go. I win. Try to make it about as even as I can. Well, I guess maybe I don't really need a twine on there. Alright, so what I am going to do is take this glove off and put this right there, and then it's got, it actually screws in too so it doesn't move everywhere. And I'm going to take this and put it right on top of here, because I don't want any juices getting all over the place, because I've already washed everything down and sanitized everything, and I know I'm going to have to do it again, just don't want to do as much. So I'm going to check. I keep knocking stuff everywhere. Rewashing stuff because I'm knocking it on the floor. I'm going to check my jus, see if it's cooled down enough so I can start needling this thing. Sorry, I got the hiccups again and the burps. Be back. Okay, the jus is cooled down enough. Now I am going to leave the bag in there because I'm going to, well, continue using this, and I might make a little separately, and then so I can taste it and then add it to this, so there'll be plenty. Now I'm just going to put this in here. There you go. And right in the top. Just going to jam in about as far as it'll go. And then, as I'm pulling, I'm probably going to get squirted. Yep, there we go. And of course, some's going to run everywhere. That's why I'm doing it here, and it's the reason why I haven't seasoned it yet with salt yet. Okay. Oh. Oh. I think maybe I should have used just the one with the without the. I've never used one of these ones that have the holes all over them, just a single hole. And I am making a mess. There we go. Okay. You can actually see it expanding a little bit. Oh, come on, there we go. Like I said, that's going to be warmed up again, so I'm not worried about contamination. Nobody saw that. This one's weird, like I said. I've never used this one. I got this from LEM for a Christmas present. And I've never used one that have the little holes all around. I've only used the one that had the hole in the end. So. No crap, hope she doesn't get sick. Oh. There we go. Yep, did it again. Boy, I'm not very good with that. Last time. Whoop. Yeah, next time I'm going to use the other one. I'm not going to use this one. Nice and... Oh, yeah, that's messy. Okay, I'm going to put that right there. Of course, I'll have to take that apart and clean it. Okay, and then I'm just tap this a little bit. Seasoning sticks to it better when it's dry. Okay, there we go. I'm going to look down so I don't trip on a dog. Put these over here because they gotta go in the laundry, or we do up those separate. So plus you can't just throw them in the washer or the floor because it's got meat on it and the dog will get into it. Actually, she might not, I don't know. But I wouldn't, I'm not taking a chance. There we go. Just even that up some. Beautiful. Okay. Now I'm using, excuse me. Yeah, you. She's rude. Alright, this is that smoked sea salt. It was that Hawaiian Kalua, I think it's called. And I'm going to liberally with this. I'm just going to pat it on. I'm not going to grind it in. Right, whoops. Okay. So this is a big chunk of meat, so I want to get a decent amount. I don't want it to be too salty, but I also want to have a decent taste on it. And this stuff is great. Like I said, I bought something like 6 pounds of it because I couldn't find it anywhere else at a good price. The only way I could find it was like, I think it was 6 pounds of it in bulk, of course. So per pound, it was like a lot cheaper that way. So I think it'll probably, hopefully it stays really good for a couple years. I know it's salt, but still. There we go. Beautiful. And now I'm just going to take a little bit in the hand. Actually, there we go. There we go. Get that just like that. Flip this. Get that like that. Now we got every side, every roll, every nice. There we go. Beautiful. Oops. Okay. I'm gonna leave this glove on so I can take care of these. So I'm gonna let this sit for a little bit, and then I'll come back and we'll get going. Okay, I'm back. I'll let this sit for a bit, and I've got my asparagus cut and sitting, so I'm gonna get that ready in a couple minutes. Been a while since I last done this. Bear with me here. Okay. Move my glasses so I can see what's going on. Up that close, I can't really tell. Okay, there we go. Beautiful. Okay, now I'm going to take this tray, and I'm going to take my asparagus, which I've already pre-cut, spread it out just like that. Okay. Try to get them flat. Now, I'm going to take some olive oil. Just like that. Now, I'm just going to take some sea salt. Nice, even coat. And then garlic. Granulated garlic. Like I said a billion times, I like granulated better than I do powder. Same with onion. Alright, just like that. And we're going to take this and put it dirt way on the bottom. There we go. Right. We're going to close this. And since we're going to put it at 400, and I'm going to check it after 12 minutes because of everything. And I don't remember how to. There we go. Now it's moving. And nice. The little bit of fat that is in it will drip down and flavor that asparagus. I mean, it is rubbing them a little bit, but I don't like it, not too bad. If you a second here, I'll let this see. Come here. There we go. Okay. Let's see where the light. Okay. I'm just gonna keep checking on it every once in a while, and I'm gonna thermometer it. You know, I'm gonna use the meat probe just to make sure the meat's cooked correctly. And the asparagus I'm gonna take out just when it still has just a little bit of snap. It's just slightly al dente. So I'm gonna keep checking on this every, well, first I'm gonna wait 12 minutes and then I'm gonna go from there. So I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. I put this, let it go 12 minutes. I checked it, and I put it in for another 12, and it's gone about 9. And I think I like right where this asparagus is at. Because a couple that were over in this corner burnt right on top, but they still have a little to them. So, and this is looking pretty good. Smells good. You can smell it raw. So there's a nice puddle of juices in the bottom, which I don't want to lose that. Right now I have my jus heating up on the stove. So, let's see. Yep, like I said, it went about 20 minutes. And this I still have on 400, but I'm going to jump it up again. Another 12 minutes. And I'll come back and check it in a little bit. Alright, bye-bye. Alright, that 12 minutes is up. I checked 12. I put it on 12 more because it's still a little tough. And after this 12 minutes, I'm going to use my meat gauge and check it out. And the asparagus, I guess, was good. I don't eat it, so it's gone. Be right back. Back. Like I said, I'm going to... Man, that smells really good. Take my meat thermometer, put it in the middle, and try not to touch the metal to affect the temperature. 107, 106, 105. Okay, 104. Yeah, it's got quite a while. Well, maybe not quite a while, but it's got a while left before it's done. So I'm going to keep going at 400 for another 12 minutes. And I'll be back in just a little bit. I'm back. I'm going to grab my meat thermometer again. Oh man, this is looking so good. Without hitting.
Munja munja.
It's up to about 137. Ooh, boy, that's coming. Here we go. I'll kill this for a second. And what I'm gonna do is try not to trip over the dog for one thing. Oh, you've been underneath me all day. That's the reason why we call her Porter. She would eat until she blew up, you let her. Of course, she is a beagle, so that might be part of it. I'm gonna use it. Here's my tongs. Now I'm gonna take and I'm going to use come on. I forgot there's that little button on the side. That looks good. Okay. I don't know how the heck I want to do this. Probably gonna do it this way. Okay. And we'll try to wrap this up as good as I can. Out. I think to tear holes in it. I probably won't do a very good job, but we won't say anything. That's nice and warm. Just a cinch. Okay. Now I'm just gonna put this in really low, say like 225 or so, for just a little bit, just to get it a little bit more tender. And like I said, I completely forgot about that piece right there. So I think I've only used it once, so that's probably it. And I'm gonna put this on, like, come on. $225 for about 10 minutes. And then it should be 100% done then, because it was already at a good temp. So, like I said, the jus, which is over there, I added water to it. It's been cooking for quite a while, kill all the bacteria in it, etc., etc. So I do want this undercooked, a little pink in the middle or whatever, so it's not overcooked. So I'll be back in approximately 10 minutes. Alright, it's been 10 minutes. And I'm going to take this out, put it on my cutting board. There we go. Now, I am going to open this up a little bit. So it can slowly cool down. And, oh. I'm going to take this, carefully, all that juice it rendered, or the, oh look at that, beautiful. Yeah. I'm going to put that in my pan that had the jus in it. Let this cook for a couple minutes. So while that is cooling down, I'm going to let this cook down a little bit more. And get as much off there as I can without destroying it. Even though it's time for this tin foil to be thrown out. There we go. That will add a lot of flavor. Whoops. Dog's going to like that. Just gonna drop some there. Okay. So I'm going to let this cool down 5, 10, maybe 15 minutes. And we'll be back. Hello, back. Got a dog behind me. Alright, I got my jus sitting here on top of one of those trivet things. Now I'm going to take my bag out and just squeeze it to get all the juice out of it.
Are you having problems with
that stuff's really good. It's just more and more flavor. There we go. And then later on I'll wash this out because these bags are reusable. There we go. I'll set that there for right now. Okay, so this has been sitting for about 10-15 minutes. So, oh yeah, look at that. Look at all the juice in there. See if this is cool enough for me to handle. Like I said, these are a little bit bent, so they're kind of a pain in the butt. Nah, I'll mess with them again. Try this side.
You up outside, did you?
There we go. Aha. Okay, we'll set that up there so nothing happens to it. Oh, look at all that juice too. Oh, that's good. Move that right there. Put this right there. Okay, carefully take this. And that's going to go in there too. Now I'm going to save this because the meat can go right back in it when we're all done. Just stir this up a little bit. Oops. There we go. Oops. Better. Wait, that's hot. There we go. Put that right there. I'm going to start on this side because nice crisp on it. I'm going to cut it as thin as I can. Whoops. That crust is so good. And people don't like, of course on the outside it's going to be cooked mostly anyways, but all you do is drop it in the jus or comments. And until it cooks to the level you like. It's really good. You're gonna try that. It works pretty good, I'm gonna admit. And even though this is a lean piece of meat, it is pretty good. So, thanks for watching. Can't talk now. Chewing, it's good. Dogs underneath hoping for more. Please like and subscribe. Everybody have fun. Be safe. Take it easy. Bye-bye.